Lordy, Lordy, Lordy.
Come on.
Hey, how are you? Well, I'm hoping that you're staying as safe and as healthy as you possibly can in this moment in time. Well, I have a young lady here who wanted to do an interview with me. Yes, Chatham. She wanted to interview me. Okay. She is my 14-year-old granddaughter. And she wanted to do an interview. So she's trying to look for a job later on in life. And if you do know they can hear you, right? So y'all, all right, if my chair flip over, I'm going to knock you out with that same chair. No, it's not child abuse. It's defending my chair that she flipped over in. Anywho. Okay, go ahead. She said, keep it professional. Keep it professional. It's like I'm doing a professional interview. So keep it professional. Go ahead.
Would you ever make genealogy your job?
No.
And why is that?
No. Because I like doing it. I like having fun with the genealogy and searching and everything. Sometimes when you make your hobby your job, sometimes you start hating your hobby. So, dabbling in it is good for me. I know. No, I don't think I would charge people just to do it. I don't know. Maybe, possibly.
Do
Who
they
knows?
charge people to do that?
Oh yes. Oh yes. You want to know how much a professional genealogist can make? Let me see. We're gonna look this up while she's asking me questions. Okay. We're gonna look up professional genealogists and see what they make. onet.gov. Oh, and I'm sorry, onetonline.org, not gov.org. Let's put in here professional genealogist. Professional genealogists, historians, another thing for a genealogist. So for a historian, historians make I'm getting to how much in just a second, okay? I'm at the KSAs, the knowledge, skills, and the assessment thingy. On an average, a genealogist can make, let's see, in the state of, let's say the state of South Carolina, okay? Let's see what is in the state of South Carolina, what a local genealogist will make. Probably not a lot, I don't know. Oh, you could earn up to $60,000 a year in South Carolina. 64 in the United States. Somewhere around there.
That
So
amount of money would change your mind?
no. That much money is not going to change my mind. Because it's a hobby and I like doing it. But if I had to do it professionally all the time, as my main job, no. As a side job, yeah, I'd do it. Okay, that was 5 minutes that I just sat there and said, let me see.
What made you get into genealogy?
Looking up my family tree, wanting to know who my ancestors were, wanting to know, all the family cousins that are spread out that I don't know, didn't know. Glad to know.
Okay. Voice crack. What is the experience like as a genealogist?
What is the experience like?
Mm-hmm.
It could be fun. It could be fun. Interesting. Educational.
Do you believe that people should take genealogy serious or have like their own advanced term to it?
Well, a little of both. You take it serious and you know, find a little humor in things that people done way back when. You're like, oh,
What about you? Do you take it serious?
I do and I don't.
So it's like open minded.
Yeah, you have to be in an open mind because there are things that were done way back when that you're gonna find out about today, but you can't go tell and ask anybody because they're all gone.
At any time, was it nerve wracking to do research?
Yes, when you can't get into certain sites or when you hit brick walls because names weren't spelled right the way you spell them. You, I don't know, you hit some kind of dead end like 1880 census. Past that, some places you might not be able to find your ancestors on, especially if they're black, because they weren't listed on there. But if you go to like local places like your local library that does genealogy or your state library or one of the historical societies or even deed of records, you can find stuff and then kind of help you out.
That's cool. Um, when you first did Ancestry, was that hard to get into?
It was not because I didn't know exactly what I was doing or how to go about it. So my learning was more trial and error, more error than trial.
So at any point, was that hard enough? Was it? Did it get to a hard point where you just had to get help or go on YouTube or Google for a tutorial on how to do it?
Well, when I first started, there was no tutorial on genealogy. They didn't have the stuff, a lot of the information that they have now on there. Every 10 years, the census comes out for, like 2022, the census for 1950 came out. Now, the census for 1960 will not be out till 2032. So, some people may think, oh, I go in there and, I'm going to see my mom, I'm going to see my grandma. No, if they were born in after January, or if they were born after April 1950, you're not going to see them until the 1960 census.
So following up that question, was the something that you were confused on or are still confused on?
Sometimes, when there's too many people named the same thing in a family, it gets confusing. It also gets confusing as to why did you name your child that name? And then not knowing if it's a male or female. Take, for instance, my husband, his 2 times great grandfather, his name was May. Why would you name a man May? I don't know, but they did. Just like one name, somebody I saw whose name was Christmas. Or like my uncle, my 2 times great uncle, his name was Abraham Lincoln Queen Anne. Why did my 3 times great grandparents name him Abraham Lincoln Queen Anne? I don't know. It gets kind of confused. Like, why would you name your child that?
Would you advise someone to do ancestry?
I will. I will. I
And why was
will.
that?
I will advise you to do it. One, to put, if you like doing puzzles and you like history, it's like the best thing ever. Because genealogy is the ultimate puzzle. You get to be an investigator.
Do you think anyone can do genealogy, or just certain people?
No, anybody could do it. Anybody could do genealogy. It's you, for instance, I'm hoping will take over wherever I leave off at. So I'm going to groom you to take over. Well, one moment, hold that thought, because remember, it's semi-live. Hello? Hey. Not yet. What's up? I was going to heat up the stuff. If you want to go somewhere, you need to call your father. Call your father. All right. Bye. Did y'all already? I could use some Mexican right now.
What's something
Some
that
street corn.
What's something that you learned about your family or history?
Let's see. I learned that my 3 times great grandfather was in the 23rd Infantry during the Civil War, the 23rd Colored Infantry, excuse me, the Civil War. Found out that they had like 16 plus kids. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad, thank God for TV and me knowing how to read, right? I learned that my 2 times great aunt helped establish the Catholic Church, the African American Catholic Church up in Jersey City. Christ the King Church. I learned, what else have I learned? I learned that let me make sure I pronounce his name right. Let me see if I pronounce it right, okay? His name is Jeh. I think his last name is Johnson. Yes. Jay Johnson. He was a statesman, and he is the former United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Hey Jay, how are you? You don't know me, but you're related. I was watching a TV show, and I saw that he had my grandparents on his tree. My 3 times great grandparents on his tree.
That's very amusing.
She told me to hush on that one. Go ahead. She said hush without saying hush. That's enough.
What's the best thing you came across in genealogy?
Finding family that I didn't know I had.
The family that you found that you didn't have, are you in contact with them?
Yes, I am.
So you still talk to them?
Yes.
I mean, you talk to them now.
Yeah.
Did you guys build a relationship, or is it like a little awkward since you guys never knew about each other?
No, it wasn't awkward. The only awkward one, kind of awkward, was my biological brothers.
Because you never knew about them.
I knew of them, but I didn't know them. Same that way that they knew of us, but didn't know us. I'm a closet kid.
Not that type of closet kid.
For those of you who don't know what a closet kid is, it's a child born from an affair. that's
Not
it.
the other closet kid.
No, not the other kind of closet kid.
Okay.
Closet kid where your father or your mother was married to other people, but you had an affair and got pregnant by the yeah.
Okay. Gotta clear the air up. um.
She wanted to make sure it wasn't the other closet kid.
What religion runs in the family the most? Your family and your husband's family.
By her saying your husband, she's meaning her grandfather. Side note. Okay, so Catholics run more in my on my side of family, and Baptist runs more on my husband's side of family. Y'all, she's sitting over here with a chip. I ain't lying. That's what she's doing. Trying to make it see. She got a little piece of a chip. Then she's taking little bites off of this little piece of a chip. Y'all, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So,
she's trying to be proper.
What so your family is more Catholic. What religion do you take after?
I'm a Catholic Baptist, is what I call myself.
And why would you say that?
Because I was born and raised, I was raised a Catholic. Did 5 of the acts of attrition in the Catholic community.
What's 5 of the acts?
Let's see. I had my last rites read to me. I had baptized, penance, confirmation, communion. Not all in that order. I know it's not in that order. You want it in order? Here it goes. Confession. Well, I did baptism first because I was baby when I got baptized. So I was baptized. Then I did penance, which is confession. Then I did communion. Then after communion, I did confirmation. The nunnery and get married, I didn't do that, would have been 5 and 6. Had my last rites read to me when I was in this real serious car accident and they wasn't sure. So I did 5 of the 7.
So you have to do the last 2.
No, I'm not doing the last 2. I don't think becoming a nun is going to help me. And I didn't get married to your grandfather in the Catholic Church. But I attend Baptist church with your
closer?
Oh yeah, then my family church is up north. But I'm here. I attend church with him and he's a Baptist. So I'm a Catholic Baptist.
So when you first went into the Catholic church, have you been in a Catholic church before though?
Yes.
Was it different? Well, how was your experience? Was it different from the churches that you're used to going to?
It is different. It is different. The music is different. The message is different. But I always say, if you raise the voice of the Catholic priest and lower the voice of the Baptist minister, you will find on any given day they are preaching about the same thing.
So you're saying that one is louder than the other?
Oh, yes.
Which one do you think is louder than the other?
The Baptist is a lot louder. That's so you don't sit back there and fall asleep while he up there delivering the message. Because if you fall asleep, you're missing the message. Don't fall asleep. Don't miss the message.
What do you think, if you noticed doing your research on your history, what do you think the Catholic religion started in your family?
I found out that the Catholic religion, because I've always wondered where did Catholicism fall in line with my family. What I found out was, with the help of one of my cousins, that my 3 times great-grandfather, his slave owner, and my 3 times great-grandmother's slave owner allowed them to get married. Allowed. They didn't realize that God had already joined them together for that. That was in his plans. But they allowed them to get married, and they got married in a Catholic church. So that's where the Catholicism came in my family.
That's really interesting. What? I'm sorry, I already asked the question. When doing research, was any of your family involved or around in any well known or how would you put it, important time of history? Like
All of them were around at an important time in
no,
history. My 3 times great-grandfather, as I said, fought in the 23rd Colored Infantry during the Civil War. So that was one historical thing. My Native American side of me was, is the Nanticoke, Lenni Lenape Indians. Nanticoke, Lenni Lenape. Say it 10 times. Nanticoke, Lenni Lenape, Lenni Lenape Indians. Anyway, they were not part of the trial of tears because they stayed put. They said, "It's my land. I'm staying here, but y'all could buy it. Y'all could have Manhattan for $26." So, but no, we sold it, but we didn't know what we were doing.
Do you think the reason? Do you think because they stayed is why people don't really know about them?
Yes, I think that's the reason why. Now, my grandfather, my mother's father, went to go serve in 2 wars. World War One, he upped his age so he could join. When they figured out that he was not the age that he said he was, they sent him back home. Then, when World War II came, he lowered his age and joined. He was born in 1898. He was actually the same age as his mother-in-law, my grandmother's mother. Yes. He was like 20-something years older than my grandmother. All right. But they were such a cute couple. Oh my gosh, they were so cute. And both of them had that silver hair, not gray. It was silver.
What about your husband's?
Well, he's been around, as anybody that was born, before the 60s. He was around for the civil rights.
What about
with Ruby Bridges. Your great grandfather, your great grandfather, yes, my husband, but it's still your great grandfather. He was around.
Your husband's my great grandfather. You just said that. Your husband is my great grandfather. You mean your husband, my granddad's father?
Yes,
was around.
Which is your great grandfather. Was around when Rosa Parks, Ruby Bridges, all of that was there during the not slavery time. He wasn't there, but segregation he was. There was times when he said that he went to visit his future wife and he was run off the road by other folks.
When black people started, was he a part of the bus act when
No.
Black people started taking the
boycotting the bus?
Was it that when they stopped taking the bus?
The boycott. Yeah. That's what they call boycott. No, because there was no buses where he lived at. so technically, in a sense, he boycotted the bus, never rode the bus because there was no bus.
when doing genealogy, how does it like? How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel angry? Something like that?
No, I don't feel angry on anything that I found. And that's one thing when you're doing a genealogy, having an open mind. You can't get angry at what was.
Can't
Because
change
if people didn't go through what they went through at that time, you will not be sitting here right now.
So we
Or
all,
if you wouldn't be sitting here like you are right now. So they put in that work for us to be able to do it now. Let's find out who they were so we can honor that person.
so
Or
we
laugh if they did something silly.
so we
Oh, I'm
all
sorry. She tapped me on my leg like, shut up.
so we all want to know: are you related to anyone famous?
As I was saying earlier, before I was rudely interrupted by her saying, slapping me on my leg with her pencil to get me to hush. One of my cousins called me. No, he texted me. I'm sorry, he texted me. He asked, did I see a segment of Finding Your Roots with Henry Gates Jr.? I said, yeah, I watched Finding Your Roots. I used to watch Ancestries, Who Do You Think You Are? So, statesman Jay Johnson, who was part of the Homeland Security, Henry Gates Jr. did his genealogy. So when they showed the branch of his tree, there was my 3 times great grandparents on his tree. I was like, what? That's what? Now, I know what she's getting to. And what she's getting to is she's making a plug for my other cousin, okay? She wants y'all to go to your Spotify and look up Ashley Scott. Particularly, what's the song?
Don't they our love away?
Don't Throw Our Love Away. And what was the other one? Something All Night?
Oh, dance the night away.
Oh, Dance the Night Away. She wants y'all to go look for it. She wanted me to tell y'all to go listen to Ashley Scott, who happens to be one of my cousins. I also had a cousin, she's passed away now, but she was a manager for Vesta. Now, for those of y'all, you might be too young to know who Vesta was. But for those of us that do know Vesta, yeah, Vesta was a really good singer. Yes. Vesta said, it should have been me. I'm not going to sing for you because my voice is not good like
So,
that.
where is the most
Okay,
of your
hit me with the
family?
pencil.
Where is most of your family located?
I have most of my family, my side of family, is from Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey. I have family in Pennsylvania. I have family in Virginia, D.C. But the Queen Anne side of me was not originated, but we're in Kent County. No, Lord, I'm giving the other county. They were from Charles County, Maryland. My Mosley side of me, my grandfather was from Kent County, Dover, Delaware. But most of them were in Bridgeton, New Jersey. Yeah, my husband's family is South Carolina. So, yeah, that's it. That's with that. But if she hits me with that pencil one more time, I'm going to take that pencil and I'm going to erase her.
So, speaking of that question,
Speaking of that question, what?
when your family is located, is there anywhere that your family is located outside of here? Like, what places that you found out that they were located that you never knew? With you and your husband's side of the family.
I don't know. I don't know. Hey, you little boy. You're not doing Minecraft. Hold that thought for a second. Your mama said no Minecraft. No Roblox, no Minecraft, no kitten. Kitten. And she opened up the door, y'all. She didn't even say, who is it? She didn't even say, who is it? She just opened up the door. So, what's your next question?
So our last question is, do you see yourself doing
That's the last
genealogy?
question?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the DNA? You asked me about DNA.
Do you see?
Do you see what?
Do you see yourself doing genealogy for the next 20 years?
Yes, I do see myself doing genealogy for the next 20 years, and I'd probably be right where I'm at now. But yes, I do find myself doing it.
Okay, the actual last question.
Actual last question. I'm glad because my leg is being tied. Oh, now she done moved from the pencil, y'all, to just slapping me on my leg.
So, with the DNA, do you technically have to do the DNA for a genealogy?
No, you don't have to do DNA for the genealogy. You can still look up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the DNA part allows them, like a lot of people don't want to do DNA because they're like, oh, I don't want them to clone me. I don't want them to do this or do that. Honey, clone me. Clone me.
Oh,
And heaven help you when they clone me. Heaven help you. But I found lots of relatives. It gave me more insight, and it narrowed down the region of the area. Like,
did you find like anything that you didn't know that like your Native American side of the family do? Like, have you attended to anything of those?
I went to a powwow once.
Mm-hmm.
It was more. I say the powwow was more like a family gathering. It's a reunion of sorts, the way I look at it.
What was your experience?
Oh, it was interesting. I was just in awe. I was like, wow, they did that. And I watched the dancing ceremony. I watched the naming ceremony. It was just interesting. And, so.
Do you guys like Virgil?
Yes, they do wear feathers. They have feathers in their cap. But they don't call it macaroni. But she's looking at her. She don't know that. You don't know. You don't know that song.
Okay, so.
Do you know that song?
No.
She don't know the Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony.
Okay.
Stuck a feather in his hat.
We know.
And called it macaroni. I don't understand. Go ahead. Oh. Sound like me.
I will cut that part out. Anyways.
I'm gonna cut that part out. No, we're not. This is what? What is this? Semi-live. We don't cut and paste. Nothing.
That's the end of the interview. I hope
That's
you
the
enjoyed
end of
yourself.
the interview. Oh, listen, y'all. Before we go, I wanna put this on here. I don't know if y'all can see this, but these are some of the sites that I have gone to. I know you see all this other stuff. I'm trying to get it to where y'all can see some of this without seeing the background through there. Don't you know? Don't you know? We got Ancestry.com, Olive Tree, Genealogy.com, USGenWeb.org, FamilySearch.com, AncestorsRecords.org, MyHeritage.com, YourFolks.com if you're in Canada, FreeUKGenealogy.org if you're researching, .org.uk if you're researching in the UK. Archives.gov, rootsweb.com, rootsweb.com, Cindy's List, spelled CYNDIS, list.com, Jenny.com, GENI.com, LDSgenealogy.com, that's Latter-day Saints, Fold3.com. You have My Heritage, newspapers.com. There you have it. You have all of those. Now, she said my interview was over. She's back there saying, it's over. It's over. So, thank you guys for visiting with us. She just wanted to do an interview. So this will probably come up in the next day, 2, 3 days, somewhere around there. Just as a little tidbit extra. Now she slapped me on my leg and what? Oh yeah. She told me to make sure I say, if you like this content and would like to see more of it, if you'd like to come and sit down and let us talk about the genealogy, like, share, comment, hit the subscribe button so you will know every time I upload a video. I was trying to sound like Gina Young. If y'all have never seen her, go over to back over to the YouTube and type in Gina Young and watch her show. She does a lot of recipes. Oh my God, their recipes are good. I've tried them. And I try to sound like Gina Young so that you will know every time I upload a video. That was my shout out to Gina. Hey, Gina gal, how you? All right, we're going. We're out. Deuces. Talk to you later. Come by anytime. Bye.